Travis Wingetzel. There are a plethora of no-duh moments in Mormonism. And so the questions Mormons are in denial of asking themselves and admitting openly is whether they are ignorant of Mormonism, that the no-duhs go right over their head, or they know the no-duhs, and they are maliciously staying in the church to deceive other people. So let's go over some of the no-duhs. The name of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, was never the name of Joseph Smith's church. No duh. The Joseph Smith Papers says on the front of the website that it is the authoritative source for Joseph Smith and all of his works. So it's kind of a no-duh that we as Mormons should refer to the Joseph Smith Papers rather than giving continued authority to our canon of the Quad. No duh. So, the visionary account of Joseph Smith from 1838. Critics of the church complain that there were other visionary accounts before the 1838. And it's a no duh, he was speaking to different people. But the one that was put in our account says in our canon that it's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in 1838. Joseph Smith Papers, nope, Church of Latter-day Saints. That Willard Richards, after Joseph Smith was assassinated, inserted Jesus Christ. And so, no duh, this is not the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. No duh, Brigham Young is the first president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There were lots of other branch-offs from Joseph Smith. I'm sure all of them claim succession, but none of them are. Joseph Smith's church died because nobody followed his manner of succession. No duh. And so every single branch off are a brand new church. And their leader is the first president of that church. No duh. Section 107, verse 22, in case you were wondering how succession was supposed to have been done. And so, yes, when we get up at solemn assemblies and all the conferences giving loyalty oaths, calling it a sustaining vote, yeah, it doesn't match the wording in section 107, verse 22, does it? No duh. And so the leaders of all these churches, not just the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, are lying to its members. No duh. The church, with the law of chastity in Brigham Young's temple endowment, because again, no duh, it was not created by Joseph Smith. No duh, Joseph Smith did not practice polygamy. It is only the Brighamites who accuse Joseph of having practiced polygamy, and Willard Richards again forging sealing documents that Joseph Smith approved of sealing marriages. So, no duh, the church comes out after being exposed that, yeah, they were practicing polygamy, and then they throw Joseph under the bus to distract from Brigham Young being the source and cause. No duh. And so the law of chastity is not really the law of chastity, it's the law of marriage. No duh. And so it's not about sexual purity. It's about the structure of marriage in the church. No duh. And so it was polygamy under Brigham Young. The United States came in and they refused to make it the law of monogamous marriage. They're still sticking it to the United States because they want polygamy. No duh. And you've witnessed with the other branch-offs who practice polygamy still that they dip into the children. No duh. And so Nelson, with his change in 2019, changes the text of the law of chastity, which is the law of marriage, and he adds, according to his law. What law of marriage is that again? Yeah, Brigham Young, Section 132, polygamy. President Russell M. Nelson changed the law of marriage from one man and one woman to polygamy. Technically polygyny, because polygamy can be both polygyny and polyandry. But everybody's used to saying polygamy. No duh. And so, do you think they're going to be responsible this time and not dip into the children? Are you sure? Because Nelson's been grooming children to keep the covenant path of the temple covenants. And that law of marriage is in there, having children, following the covenant path of polygamy. No duh. So our Christ, since it's not the Church of Jesus Christ, Joseph Smith's Christ was not Jesus Christ. No duh. The first vision doesn't say Jesus Christ anywhere. No duh. Instead, he describes the two personages as the Egyptian sun god Amun at noonday. No duh. Because the Book of Mormon says that the keystone of Mormonism, the Book of Mormon, is written in the learning of the Jews' language of the Egyptians. No duh. So why doesn't Joseph Smith say the name Emmanuel? God Amun? No duh. Section 107 again, at the beginning, as to why we call it the Melchizedek priesthood and not the priesthood after the order of Amun. No duh. And so, verse 19, This is why we're not Christian. Christianity is an abomination. Jesus Christ is an abomination. And we can get further insight into that with the Book of Mormon itself, that talks about a Bible. We have a Bible, and we need no more Bible. The Bible consists of what Christians call the Old and New Testaments. The Book of Mormon says that the whole Bible, Old and New Testaments, are from the Jews. No duh. So the stories of Jesus in those books now called Gospels are written by Jews, not Christians. And so it's not really a literal history Roman period Jesus. No duh. Yet Nelson has been emphasizing the name of the church and telling us that we're not Christians. Our Christ is the real Christ before Constantine created Jesus. No duh. Which means he pulled a Constantine to denounce Constantine to create his own Jesus in the same manner as Constantine did. No duh. All of the Jewish scriptures are prophecies of the latter days. No duh. Even the Book of Mormon, being learning of the Jews, is a prophecy of the latter days. No duh. And thus its warning message to Mormons. No duh. And so, because it's the learning of the Jews, who is our Christ, under Joseph Smith anyway, Joseph Smith expands upon the identity of this Christ for us. In section 103, verse 16, he says he will be a Mormon from the branch off of Brigham Young. No duh. It's the man like Moses from Deuteronomy 18, 15 through 19, from Joseph Smith History, Second Vision, verse 40. They've refused to connect the dots for you. No duh. And I can keep on going, but I think we've got the point across.